Now, it always excites me when I see a new RPG game trailer, but this trailer from Hood Outlaws and Legends just blew me away. It just looks awesome. And we also have some actual gameplay to check out as well. But what kind of game is Hood Outlaws and Legends? Who's making it? And should we really be excited for this? Because nobody's really covered this game yet, which really surprised me. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest news on this game, make sure you subscribe, press the bell icon, and then YouTube will keep you posted. This game's actually being published by Focus Home Interactive, or Focus if you're not French. And it's being developed by Sumo Digital. I'll get to why exactly that's relevant in a moment. But Hood Outlaws and Legends has a release date of 2021. However, it will be releasing in early access and you can already sign up for the beta, or beta as you Americans like to call it. It shall be releasing on Xbox One, XSX, PS5, PS4 and PC. The game's already been under development for over a year, so hopefully it's not a million miles away, especially because it's going to be releasing next year. Hopefully with the new console launch. But while Hood does indeed have roleplay game elements within it, it is not actually a single player game, which you may initially expect from first glance of the trailer. It's actually an online multiplayer game though, with co-op player versus environment and also player versus player elements. Now before you turn off because you only like single player games, bear with me because the concept of this game is actually very exciting. Let me explain why. Basically, the way the game works is 2 teams of 4 players compete to execute the perfect heist, the perfect robbery, which is what you see in the trailer. 2 teams of outlaws who end up battling at the end over who gets the treasure. The game is based on a selection of different maps that are patrolled by deadly AI controlled guards. You'll need to work with your co-op partners to take out these guards either with brute force and loud combat, or you can sneak past them stealthily and even assassinate them. Each character has unique skills and abilities to utilize, and more on that in just a moment. Your goal though is to reach the treasure with your team and steal it before the other team gets there and steals it, and then you need to escape alive. Now obviously you can try to fulfill this mission unseen, or you can go for the guns blazing route, where you obviously attract not only the attention of the AI, but also tell the other team of players exactly where you are, which may end up resulting in them getting the jump on you. Now if you like the sound of this game so far, give the video a like and also comment below what you want to see or what you're worried about. Because no one's really covered this game, it's likely the developers might watch this video, read through the comments and even take some of your feedback into account on what you don't want to see or what you definitely want to see in the game. Now before I talk about character customization, I just want to say I've actually already sunk over 1,000 hours into what I consider a very underrated game with a very similar concept to Hood, and it works really well. It's called Hunt Showdown. In Hunt Showdown, you play as a team of 2 or 3 against 5 other teams of other players. You need to find 3 clues hidden over the map, which is filled with various undead creatures controlled by the AI. Once you've located these 3 clues, you'll then be told where the boss is and you can kill the boss and escape with its bounty. Now once you've played the game for a while, you realise this idea is kind of easy to do. You get used to doing it, you get very efficient at the player versus environment aspect of the game. However, what keeps the game really exciting and interesting and different every time you play it is that there are also 5 other teams of players trying to do that exact same objective. So for example, if you're running around shooting all the undead in the head and making lots of noise and triggering the environment around you, other players will know you're there and you can bet they'll probably come and kill you pretty quickly. Alternatively, you can try and be as stealthy as possible and then get the jump on the enemy team while they're trying to extract with the boss's bounty. This style of multiplayer co-op PvP game is really a cool concept, and it makes me excited for Hood Outlaws and Legends, which is based in a fantasy medieval universe inspired by Robin Hood. So back to talking about Hood Outlaws and Legends. It's also been confirmed that we will indeed have different outlaw characters to choose from, and like we saw in the trailer, there's currently 4 different sort of archetypes that all have different skills and abilities to use that will obviously benefit your team's playstyle. So you can use the loot that you escape with from a successful heist to invest into your character's perks, weapons, and also cosmetic outfits as well. And I mean, I really like the style of the outlaws that they've gone for in the game already. It looks really cool. Now, as for the characters themselves, we can see from the trailer what kind of unique skills they will provide for the team. We have the powerful heavy-hitting stuns, the one-hit kills with the hammer in melee, the ability to lift portcullises to bypass the enemy's defenses, and a multitude of different weapons to choose from, including the ball and chain being used by a character that may be a prisoner working from the inside, or just some guy dressed in rags with a morning star, who knows. A sneaky assassin that uses poison gases to stun and confuse her foes, and poison darts to take down foes from a distance. She's very much inspired by Assassin's Creed with that wrist dagger though, which she can actually use to instantly take down enemies. We even have an archer character who can obviously shoot down foes from range, but also he has his own stealth attack with an arrow through the neck, which just looks so cool. In the final scene of the trailer though, we see the enemy team of 4 preparing an ambush in the treasure chamber. Some kind of magic flashbang arrow is being used to engage that stuns everyone, and then we get a cool gameplay like third person view of the wrist crossbow in action. Now, the developers creating Hood Outlaws and Legends are Sumo Digital. They actually are the creators of Crackdown 3, currently in development, Forza Horizon 4, and also Hitman 2. Specifically, the fact that they made Hitman 2 tells me they understand map creation and having multiple paths and way to solve the objective, which is really important in this type of game, because otherwise you'll get bored eventually. In the same way, I think the AI in the game need to have random pathing, routes, and spawns, and also react to noise in different ways. For example, like if one team sets off the alarm, what do the AI do then? I know from playing games like this that it's easy to have a perfect route through the map. As a player, you perfect your own pathing towards your goal. But if the game can throw you off as much as possible with randomly spawning barriers, blockages, or AI that do things that you don't necessarily expect, that will definitely help keep the game interesting and exciting of that initial stealth part when you're trying to get as close as you can to the treasure. The developers have said that the game is intended to be realistic though, meaning treasure chests will be heavy, ammo will be scarce, and noise will attract guards. I'm assuming kind of like in Payday, only one player will be able to carry a certain amount of gold, and that also might depend on the class they're playing, who knows. Players will also have to cooperate and utilize stealth to successfully pull off a variety of missions. We do actually see at one point in the gameplay that the assassin is overwhelmed by 3 armored AI characters, which is good to see. Obviously in that situation, what's she really going to do? You're not playing an Assassin's Creed game. So what do you guys think? Is this game for you? Are you hyped? Will you share it with your friends as your new go-to co-op game once it comes out? Either way, I'm super excited to play the beta once this game launches and just get a feel for what the game actually is like, because it looks like something I would really enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and of course if you want to keep updated about Hood Outlaws and Legends, make sure you subscribe and also, very importantly, press the bell icon. Then YouTube will actually tell you when I put a new video out. Otherwise, the world will simply stop rotating. Oh, and also, if you are already subscribed, I'm doing a huge puzzle box, like the size of that box. Inside that box, there's a huge puzzle box in there. On the 25th, I'm going to be unboxing that. And I'm terrible at puzzle boxes, so it should be rather entertaining to watch.